the last few years, and they were the first to report that Michael Jackson had indeed died. Now, we don't have independent confirmation of that. The Los Angeles Times, again, a respected newspaper in this city, they have been reporting the news for a very long time, and are generally quite cautious when it comes to situations like this. And they initially said that Michael Jackson was in a deep coma in the hospital and that his family were making their way to the hospital. But in the last few minutes, their website has been updated to say that they too believe that he's died.
Peter, thank you very much. More from you, Peter, as soon as you get some more information.
So let's speak now to the writer Bonnie Greer, who's on the line to us now. Bonnie, obviously very conflicted reports that we're getting at the moment, but it would appear that Michael Jackson's health is in some danger at least.
Yes, I mean, I'm looking at American and of course the BBC, and the Americans are being very, very cautious about this and saying that he's in a coma. And so we really don't know. And as you said, the website that broke this is a very, very reliable website. So it doesn't look very good. It
doesn't at all. We are now hearing from the LA Times and also TMZ that they are saying that the singer has died. We also hear that there are many sources within these hospitals, because obviously there's so much that goes on that the media wants to hear about.
Yes, but I think that we have to remember, we have to keep, never forget. I mean, this man was and is, if he's still with us, a genuine genius. You know, take away the eccentric behavior, the things that swirled around him. You know, Jarvis Cocker rushing up on the stage after him. All that to put aside, this was one of the musical giants. I mean, I grew up in Chicago, not far from where Michael was born, and his family and his music has been a part of my life, most of my life. I remember him as a little boy, as many people, especially Americans, do. He was enormous, and I think that will come to the fore as time goes on, no matter what's happened to him, and I hope that he's still with us. But we mustn't forget the contribution he's made to popular music and to popular culture.
It has been difficult at times, hasn't it, to separate out the very controversial aspects of his life from that undoubted talent. We're seeing pictures, Bonnie, of live pictures from the UCLA Medical Center in Los Angeles of people gathering, and it's not just news crews, of course. It will be members of the public and his fans who will be heading down to the hospital.
Well, the thing that I remember is, my husband and I have a place in south of France, and going to Marseille and just walking up a street in Marseille, a little side street, and the kids found out that I was from Chicago, and they started doing a Michael Jackson breakdance routine and singing like him. That's the only English that these kids knew was Beat It. And, you know, you can laugh and think, oh, how horrible, but it's that kind of impact which is really what's bringing these people out on the street right now, and which is going to fill the street if he's passed away. He was without question a giant, absolute giant.
And we had probably, in some ways, London was going to be the envy of many fans around the world, because we were supposed to be having these 50 shows or so, which sold out very, very fast, and this was supposed to be some kind of renaissance in his career.
Well, I just got through talking to an actor friend of mine who's got a son who's just turned 18. They bought tickets for the concert, and his son is devastated. And you think this is an 18-year-old who would have known about Michael Jackson in sort of the times in his personal life when he wasn't doing as well as he should have. But yet he has related to and connected with Michael through the music, especially his album Thriller, which is one of the most pivotal pieces of music of all time. So it's the idea that now, you know, we're waiting to hear whether he's surviving, but his music is immortal, and that will last for as long as there is popular music.
Bonnie Greer, we appreciate you talking to us here on BBC News. Thank you very much.
Now, as Martin was saying, conflicting reports about exactly what has happened to Michael Jackson, but as we see various people gather outside the UCLA hospital and the international media as well, it is clear that something pretty serious has happened. Conflicting reports, as I say, the CBS and Los Angeles Times reporting that the singer Michael Jackson has died at the age of 50. CNN, though, and other stations reporting that he is in a coma in hospital. So just to repeat that it is not clear precisely what Michael Jackson's condition is at the moment. But what we do know, as we've been hearing from our correspondent Peter Bowes in Los Angeles, and indeed from Rajesh Merchandani, that he was rushed to hospital at lunchtime, having believed to have suffered a cardiac arrest, and was given CPR on the way for that short drive from his Bel Air mansion to the UCLA hospital. Live pictures that we can see now outside that hospital from the helicopter position there. Let's get more on Michael Jackson, though, as a star, as a musical genius, as Bonnie Greer was describing him with our entertainment correspondent Tasmin Lucia Khan. And as Bonnie was explaining, and as Martine was saying, I mean, very difficult to separate out those two things. There's that musical prodigy with the controversy that has dogged him for so many past years.
Yes, I mean, you take a look at Michael Jackson, you see him as a frail figure, that he is a solid artist of the music industry. It's been a big entertainment news day for us. Obviously, Farrah Fawcett died at the age of 62, and now Michael Jackson. If what we hear is confirmed at a later date, what TMZ is saying, what LA Times is saying, that Michael Jackson has died, you know, there are many fans worldwide, especially in London, because we were expecting him next month to have those 50 dates at the London's O2 Arena. We'll be very sad. I've personally bought 6 tickets. But let's just go through what we actually know. The two sources, TMZ.com and LA Times, are saying he has died, but we don't have any other confirmed reports. Los Angeles Times earlier said that he was rushed to the hospital by the Los Angeles Fire Department. The Fire Department haven't confirmed that it's actually Michael Jackson that they took to the UCLA Medical Center. They say they picked up someone from an address in the Bel Air area of Los Angeles, in the same block as the home of Michael Jackson. We don't have that confirmation yet. But
this man really was a musical giant. I mean, when you think back to his childhood, he was a member of the Jackson 5, yes. And then in the 80s, that album Thriller, which sold in millions and millions.
I mean, it's one of those albums that, you know, many people around the world will have on that shelf, will have on their iPod, and it's just something that you can see that for many years to come, we'll all still be listening to Michael Jackson.
But at 50, embarking on a 50-concert tour here in the UK, I mean, what had he achieved musically recently, and what was this?